Well, Bill Nye the Science Guy is now aspiring to a new title.
Yes, you can make a difference in what tomorrow brings.
You're pretty special.
'Cause God makes you do great things.
It's not something that's coming. It's not something that's around the corner. It's something that's already here.
Coal is a finite resource. It's gone. Coal is gone. Man, this is the 21st century, you know, and you know, we're burning our planet up, man.
During a Facebook Live event with Senator Bernie Sanders today, the mechanical engineer and TV personality said skeptics of global warming suffer from the psychological delusion of cognitive dissonance. It's a slight bump up from last year when he was open to the idea of imprisoning skeptics of global warming as war criminals. Is that the choice, Bellevue or Nuremberg? Bill Nye joins us now. Bill, it's great to see you. That doesn't sound like science to me, Bill Nye the Science Guy. That sounds like something very different.
So cognitive dissonance is not a delusion, it's a feature. It's human nature. So we in the science community are looking for an explanation why climate change deniers, or extreme skeptics, do not accept the overwhelming scientific evidence for climate change. The most reasonable explanation is you have a worldview, and then you have evidence, and the evidence disagrees with your worldview, so you deny the evidence.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Most of it, 70%, 75%, is absolute dishonest, absolute scum. Remember that. Scum. Scum. They're totally dishonest people.
North Dakota allowed militarized police to come in and try to defuse what they called a riot, when people just stand up to talk. Everybody that came out of Standing Rock is out there fighting somewhere for Mother Earth, for the environment. A unification of a desire to prove to the world that we can do this.
One of the most incredible victories the trade union movement has seen for 2 or 3 decades at least. We have taken down a massive...
Energy companies are subsidised by our taxes while renewable energies are ignored. I know you can't support that system, Evan.
This long oil sands boom, which has lasted the better part of 15 years, is coming to an end because the price of oil has flatlined. Investment on new projects has completely collapsed.
Since Suncor's Foothills mine came online, that's the last mega project we will see in the oil industry, probably ever.
The Americans have basically invented new technology, fracking and horizontal drilling. The United States is now producing more oil than Middle Eastern countries. The result is that the market is being flooded with oil. That's the reason that the price of oil has collapsed.
Our oil industry has shed over 50,000 jobs. Only about a third of those have come back with the slight price rebound. And so about 35,000 former oil and gas workers, those jobs simply don't exist anymore. For those workers, there was no plan. 9,000 oil and gas workers in Edmonton don't have jobs still 3 years later.
We have to be able to strategize and bring this into a planned change, you know, a transition, that is what we call it, a just transition. where people and communities are going to be taken care of.
I think if there really was a just transition for Indigenous people, we would have a say in the development that's happening around us. Because right now, we're not even at the table.
You're quite safe here.
Am I dreaming?
But PolitiFact has been rated completely false. A claim completely false. She never laughed at the young lady.
At her.
She was it was a court-appointed attorney.
Tucker, isn't it amazing how everything seems to get reduced to race and justice these days?
Well, yeah, but it's especially amazing when topics that have no conceivable connection to race and gender get pulled in. How did that happen?
We're going too fast! We're going to sink! I know it! Why doesn't he stop the bus? Hang on, darling. Close your eyes and hang on tight. What's happening? What is this, a freak out? Hey, this isn't funny, Walker! You can't possibly see where you're going,
It's really expensive to do what a lot of the climatistas, as I call them, want us to do. And so now that you're seeing more and more expressions, including in the Paris Climate Accord, that we need to consider gender equality and climate justice, that's a sign that the issue has, as the cliche goes, jumped the shark. And no, it's kind of at the end of its string. And public opinion surveys here and in Europe show declining public interest in the whole darn thing.
Well, it's a boutique issue for rich people, obviously, but it's also a little confusing. I mean, even if you think that climate justice is real, or even if you can explain what it is, I've never met anyone who can, or if you think that gender equality is an important part of this, what does that have to do with science? That's not science, is it?
Right now we're just watching it drip just real slow. A few years back we started looking at what the effects of diabetes is on Anishinaabe, on Native American, on our elders. And we found that by returning our people to a natural diet with the venison, the wild rice, the maple syrup, that by using maple syrup for sweetener and not the processed white sugar from sugar beets or cane, that we're actually getting people that don't have to have the insulin shot anymore. Human beings require everything out here to survive, but everything out here doesn't require human beings.
If people across the world do not stay, stand, resist, fight what's going on in every nation across the world when it comes to the environment, it doesn't matter what political activity you belong to. If we all don't band together on this particular issue, we will not have anything to fight for. Nothing.
Every time that we protest on the streets, we're costing them time and energy. We're prepared to take it all the way if we have to protect. We're here for the children.
What you get over this tube. Right now, there is a whole, an entire generation that never knew anything that didn't come out of this tube. This tube is the gospel, the ultimate revelation. This tube can make or break presidents, popes, prime ministers. This tube is the most awesome goddamn force in the whole godless world. And woe is us if it ever falls into the hands of the wrong people.
Heritage. And the best tobacco money can buy. That's why Rothman's King's Eyes are doubly smooth and really satisfying.